Hello, everyone. Well, first, I want to start this video by saying to anybody who is currently serving in the military or who has served in the military in the past, happy Veterans Day on Friday. And thank you for your service to our country. Now, this week we're going to read an author who's still alive. No thanks to one person who attacked him a few months ago. So, yes, if you've heard of Salman Rushdie, his most famous book is the Satanic Verses, which means that after he wrote that, the Ayatollah Khomeini, who is long since been dead, put a bounty on Rushdie's head called a fatwa, and so Rushdie had to go into hiding for a little while. But he's out of hiding now, and he is out and about. And because of that, he was given a speech in New York, up in upstate New York, earlier this year when a young man raced onto the stage with a knife and attacked him. Um, Rushdie will live. He's lost sight in one eye and one of his hands is damaged, but there's no question that he is a very influential writer and a very good writer. So this week you're going to read two things by him. One's going to be an essay called "Imaginary Homelands," and then you're going to read a fictional work called "The Prophet's Hair." I also have included a video on there about what is an American. And the reason I've included that is because the Imaginary Homelands essay that you're going to read, uh, it's hard for a British writer to define himself or herself as a British writer. Salman Rushdie was born in India at a time when India was under British rule. So that's why he's included in the British literature class. And he has an identity crisis. Is he British? Is he Indian? What is a British writer? And so I think that short video, what is an American, kind of speaks to that as well. Is an American, a white person, a black person? Is an American somebody from the South or from the Northeast or from the West Coast? Right? What is an American? That's the question that Rushdie's wrestling with in his imaginary homelands. I'm a British writer, but what is a British writer? Right? That kind of thing. And so your discussion question this week will be for you to imagine that a space alien has landed on Earth and walked up to you and said, "Hey, how would you define an American?" Well, how would you define an American? So that's that part of it. And then the Prophet's Hair is a very entertaining story. It's got magic in it. It's basically a story about a couple of thieves who steal a vial with a strand of the Prophet Muhammad's hair in it. And it turns out this vial has magical properties, and uh, possessing this vial is really not a good idea if you're not the monks in the monastery where it belongs. So uh, yeah, so um, factor in that this is a man who is born under British rule, but he's still pulling from the storytelling of India and add kind of mixing the two elements together. And that's what your response paper is going to be about. So this week, Salman Rushdie, Imaginary Homelands, and A Prophet's Hair.